Hey everyone, it's Suzi here, and today we're playing A Watcher of Realms. For today's video, we have to go over the new heroes. We have the Dracula collab heroes to reveal. There's actually 4 heroes, not 3, so let's check them out. Alright, and first up we have Count Dracula. Star of the show, we've got to start here, right? Chaotic Piercer, the Dark Prince, Count Dracula. He does have a video, which I will let play without audio for the sake of this. Sorry for the test server watermarks, but that is where we are. We got a Van Helsing walking in. Interesting vibes. Oh, hey. Lady Mina. Count Dracula himself. Coming in to attack Van Helsing, of course. Who ultimately wins? That I don't know. Kidding, not kidding. Okay, I'm sorry the audio is not on, guys, but I can't get this to work for the sake of the test server, and my LD player doesn't want to play audio from these. I don't know why, but it doesn't, so it is what it is. But it looks cool. Ooh, look at the souls. Oh my gosh. The sending out your shadows part of the event with the personality test. They tied that in. Wow, look at those sending out your shadows. The shadows. Okay, that was very cool. Very cool start here. So he is a fighter, piercer, again, piercer and chaotic for factions, an immortal avatar of curse, linking with allies to drain life and stack damage, unleashes an ultimate that deals multiple hits to enemies in range while inflicting anti-healing, single target attack, multi-strike attack, anti-healing, and ally buff. Okay, before we get into that, let's start. Look at this, no range. What is this no range thing? So confused. Wait. So he's not actually doing the attacking, it's like the souls that are doing the attacking, isn't it? Yeah, like with this ultimate. Okay, I'm very curious. This is a weird one. Sorry, let's pull this back up. the range threw me off. HP, blah, blah. Alright, attack 5100. Block of 2, cost of 18. 10-second attack interval. Okay. Region auto 14. So his talent cannot launch basic attack autonomously, while on the field applies Soul Rot to 2 allied heroes with the highest attack within 2 tiles, resetting targets when the ultimate ends. Allied heroes affected by Soul Rot grant Count Dracula 1 stack of Soul Siphon every 2 seconds, up to 10 stacks. So this Soul Rot causes HP drain equal to 10% of current HP per second and gains 50% damage increase. This effect cannot be dispelled. And then Soul Siphon, which will go to him, increases damage by 2% per stack. Upon granting, Count Dracula restores 2.5% rage. This effect cannot be dispelled. Alright, ultimate is called Mind Shackle. During the ultimate, absorb all Soul Rot effects to deal 45% damage to 1 enemy unit in range 5 times per second for 15 seconds. Oh boy. Inflicts the anti-healing effect for 5 seconds, causes HP drain, which ignores any shield carried by the target and directly reduces HP. So causes HP drain equal to 15% of the current HP to the hero per second and cannot be healed, and grants 10% damage increase for every 100 bonus attack speed. After the ultimate ends, all stacks of Soul Siphon are consumed. So this does go up to a 60% damage for one enemy, blah, blah, blah. The skill cost reduced with the skills. Oh my. That's a lot of attacking. For 15 seconds, he just keeps doing that. Interesting. Passive Blood Hunt. Ultimate attack deals an extra 10% damage to enemies with HP below 10% or 70%. Against enemies with HP below 30%, the effect is increased to 20%. And Scarlet Embrace. When deployed, for every one allied hero in the talent's range, gains 1 stack of Soul Rot. For every 1 stack of Soul Rot, gains 1% penetration, which will go up a lot more here. 2% and 2%. So this will go up to 5% penetration. And then the, I want this scroll. Bond skill, but he's also Piercer, and I can't tell if there's more. So there might be one more. Oh, there it is. He has a bond skill with Lady Mina. Obtain the hero, Lady Mina, to unlock the following bonus effect. The ultimate's range increases, and Blood Covenant damage multiplier increases by 40%. Ooh. And then, of course, as a chaotic unit, we have an arena reduction, cost reduction by 5. Alrighty, let's move on to the awakenings. So Awaken 1, allies with Soul Rot effect have their damage increase raised to 30%. Awaken 2, attack plus 300. Awaken 3, the ultimate attack inflicts defense reduction of 30% on enemies, lasting for 5 seconds. Awaken 3, please. Yes. Awaken 4, penetration plus 8, and Awaken 5, enhanced during the ultimate. The more times an enemy is hit by the hero's attacks, the higher the subsequent damage they take, with the damage increase capped at 40%. Alright guys, we're not going to go into the long lore here. There's a lot of details. There's going to be some interesting stuff, and I will do my best to showcase that as well. I'm probably going to have to do separate lore videos. Maybe I'll do a video with all the lore of all the heroes from this event with the videos, and me reading the lore here, instead of as shorts, just so you guys can consume it all at once and see how their stories tie together. But that is all for Dracula. Let's move on to the next one. Oh wait, Vlad Dracula. Oh wait, there's more. One that's not shown, really, in the teasers, is he? I mean, he was shown a little bit on the website. If you look at, I think some of the options you can get suggest him with a graphic. But we have a tactician, Vlad the Impaler. I love that they have this version of him. He's cultist. Interesting. Vlad Dracula. So the last main Dracula is more likely to be an ancient summoning event raid up hero. This guy, I don't know, just a normal banner? Probably. Because he's just cultist. Let's continue. The Scarlet Marshal charges across battlefields using War Frenzy to shatter enemy lines, building eternal bastions with flesh and blood. Again, he is just cultist, tactician, normal hero. So he has just a basic range, nothing fancy here. 1 extra spot. Alright. So wait, he's not on horseback or something, is he? He's just himself, but he can move. I like that. See, not all tacticians have to be on horseback. Here's our first example. Alright, but his attack is just, it seems low, but I'm guessing there's reason for that. AoE, okay, that helps. But 3,200 for attack, almost 3,300, cost of 19, block of 3. Okay, block of 3 is tactician, I like that. Attack interval 2.4 seconds, attack speed of 100. Agent auto is 14. He's labeled as AoE physical attack, displacement, and high block. So this is pretty cool, because like tacticians are almost more like fighters, but then they have higher block. I like that. Alright, talent. Damage scales off of HP, continuously inflicts War Frenzy on blocked enemies. When attacking enemies inflicted with War Frenzy, Impaling Charge and Brutal Suppression ignores 30% of the target's defense. That's awesome. War Frenzy reduces basic attack interval by 25% and cannot be dispelled. He'll continuously inflict it on blocked enemies. Okay. His basic attack deals 100% AoE damage to up to 5 enemy targets one time. Ultimate Impelling Charge. Can choose and charge to an unoccupied ground tile within 3 tiles, dealing 400% AoE damage up to 7 enemies in the path. That's cool. If cast in place, deals 260% AoE damage up to 10 enemy targets within 2 tiles. So less damage, but a few more targets if you don't want to move around. After casting, increases the hero's block by 2 for 15 seconds and deals up to 15% increased damage and takes 15% reduced damage based on the number of enemy units within 2 tiles for a max effect at 5 units. Damn. That's very cool. And of course, there's more damage and a damage reduction and damage increase skill up there as well. Wow. Alright, Brutal Suppression passive. When taking direct damage, there's a 15% chance that the basic attack will be a counterattack, dealing 100% damage 2 times, up to 5 adjacent enemy targets. After casting a skill, immediately restores 6% rage. Undying Spirit passive. When blocking an enemy, increases HP by 1% for 15 seconds, stacking up to 5 times. When taking direct damage from an enemy inflicted with War Frenzy, restores HP by 1%. And the restore goes up 2%, and so does the HP increase. Alright, I like him. He sounds really fun. Glad to add another tactician hero. Why does his armor feel familiar? Is it like a fancy version of Rex's armor or something? I don't know. Okay. Bonds of Fate. What? Both Draculas have a bond skill with Lady Mina. I wonder who the limited hero is. I think they just confirmed that. Without having to confirm that. Bonds of Fate. Obtain hero Lady Mina to unlock the following effect. The ultimate pulls up to 5 enemies on its path to the destination during its charge. When the ultimate is cast in place, it inflicts stun on targets for 1 second while dealing AoE damage. Wow, that's fun, and he's cultist, which has been insane. Hello, new Matrix boss. Alright, let's quickly go through the awakenings and move on to the next hero. Holy cow. Alright, Awaken 1 reduces basic attack interval by 5% for each enemy within 2 tiles, inflicted with War Frenzy, up to 25% decrease. Decrease attack. That's so helpful versus the... Wait, decrease attack interval. Sorry. But still great. Slowing them down. There's going to be some interesting potential for him. Awaken 2, HP plus 1200. Awaken 3, each trigger of Brutal Suppression increases the damage of the next one by 10% if it is triggered within 5 seconds. This effect stacks up to 30%. Okay, Vlad the Impaler. Awaken 4, penetration plus 8%. And Awaken 5 additionally restores 2% HP to the hero for every 1 target attacked by Brutal Suppression. So lots of self-sustain, extra blocking, damage reduction, or I guess, yeah, damage reduction on the other part. He's like a tank meets fighter, for sure. A true bruiser type character, right? Love it. Alright, Vlad Dracula, guys. Again, the Balkan Bloodlines. Oh, I can't wait to read this. The stories I will have to read separately because this is just too much. But so cool. Alright, now I think it's time to head on over to Lady Mina. So, she is a Northerner and Piercer, the Eternal Bride. Lady Mina. She has the bond pair with both Draculas. And it would make all the sense in the world that she is a limited hero because of the timing from the last events. Plus, she pairs with 2 characters. One could be a standard event on, like, to do like pity swapping timing with. You guys know how that goes. And then one can also be an ancient summoning event at the same time, I'm assuming. And she could be the limited. I think she's the limited. I'm not going to confirm or deny either way because I don't want to look at leaker stuff. I want to confirm what they have officially said, which this has not been said officially what the events are yet. let's assume she probably is the limited based on how she interacts with everything. And damn, she looks good. I forgot to jiggle or spin the Draculas, but I think we can get away with my lack of looking at their visuals. But she looks cool, although she has no jiggle physics whatsoever. None. No spinny physics, no jiggle physics. I don't know if that's an error, but there are no jiggle physics. I tried, guys. Currently, her promotion video, like the summoning animation, is not working, so I'm not going to worry about playing that. So let's just dive into the rest of this. With Scholar's Wisdom, she explores the darkness. With a lover's heart, she embraces eternity. Reason collapses before the blood oath as dissent becomes the final faith. So she's a mage, again, magic damage, mage. And she has pretty standard range, the one kind of like Elowen range for the basic stuff here with her attack. Just 2300 attack, really low seeming, but I think she's about a little bit more. Cost is only 14. 2-second attack interval. Rage regen auto 14. So let's see, her strong CC, AoE, physical attack, and ally buff. Alright, so more of a CC and buffer, but looks like we got some debuffs in here too. Let's see what this blood sigil is all about. Basic attack can inflict blood sigil and slow. Oh wait, that was the other thingy. Every 5 basic attacks can trigger enhanced basic attack, dealing 100% AoE damage at up to 5 enemies, inflicting blood sigil and slow on them. So her basic attack is just that, a single target basic hit to one enemy. Her ultimate, Eternal Darkness. When the ultimate is triggered, it continuously inflicts blood sigil and immobilized state. Oh, that's not what I thought it was. Okay, this is her own special thing. A mark inflicted by Lady Mina on enemies cannot be dispelled. So it's her own special mark. An immobilized state, which is a 2-second immobilization. On up to 10 targets in range, Lady Mina then transforms into Phantom Count Dracula, dealing 220% piercing damage, physical damage, one time up to 5 targets every 2 seconds. Look at her circle range. Quirky. Oh yeah, look at the spin. That's the like swirl of that. That's cool. It's not a spin. She's not like Dolores spinning, is she? No. But it's still cool. I like it. And it froze again. Oh my god, my emulator hates this. Okay, way back. But yeah. Ultimate duration increased and immobilized state lasts longer with the skill ups. Then we have Blood Resonance. Passive when Lady Mina enhanced basic attack. The Phantom Count Dracula deal damage to enemies. They inflict vulnerability, physical damage on them. Wait, when Lady Mina's enhanced basic attack and the Phantom Count Dracula deal. Oh, her version of like transforming into Count Dracula. The Phantom, so she turns into a shadow of Count Dracula. Sorry, there's so much going on with all these shadows and it's very interesting. Oh, look at him in the mirror. That's so cool. Love the visuals there. Anyway, vulnerability physical damage plus 15% increases up to 25%. Passive Crimson Oath. During the ultimate, Lady Mina gains 40% of the current attack of the ally with the highest attack on the field, and the damage dealt by Phantom Count Dracula, that ally heroed, to enemies inflicted with Blood Sigil is increased by 15%. Okay. During the ultimate, she's definitely interesting here with this buff. So she gains 40% of the current attack of the ally with the highest attack. So that's why her base attack is so low, because she's taking other allies' attack, which could be super high depending on who you have in your team, which would be very, very broken for her ultimate if her base was higher. Very cool. But then, yeah. Again, we have a couple bond skills. So her side of it, the Crimson Oath is enhanced when the ultimate is triggered. So this is not listing which bond pair it is. Okay, so I don't even know what I just said last. Sorry, I paused to literally send this to my contact. Just let them know that I feel like this should still say when you obtain Count Dracula to unlock this, and obtain or whoever it is, whichever one is which. Obtain Vlad Dracula to I think this is Count Dracula and this is Vlad Dracula. But you don't know that unless you just guess by the pictures. I think I should show those. But yeah, sorry. Nightfall's Embrace, the Crimson Oath is enhanced. When the ultimate is triggered, Lady Mina can also gain 20% of the current crit damage from the ally with the highest attack on the field. So she really takes a lot of ally stats and increases her own. So she might look soft on paper, but it's because of all of these bonuses that she gets, these buffs she gets from others. It's pretty cool. Threads of Fate is the other bond skill. Enhanced basic attack triggered by talent can be triggered 2 times consecutively. Alright, in her Awakenings, Awaken 1, enhanced during the ultimate of Phantom Dracula's attack range, increase in attack interval reduced by 30%. Awaken 2, cost -2. I like that. I love a reduction in cost. It makes things so much more effective in some cases. We have Awaken 3. A basic attack hits 3 targets simultaneously. When a basic attack deals damage to enemies, it restores HP equal to 2% of the max HP of to the hero. And then Rage Regen Auto +2, or Rage Regen Attack +2 when attacking. And Awaken 4 is when enemies inflicted with Blood Sigil die. They provide energy to Lady Mina. Each stack of energy increases Lady Mina's attack by 4%, up to a 20% increase. This is definitely nice, but man, I don't, where are we going to be aiming for? Like, think about if she's the limited, what is worth your soul stones? Are people pushing to an A5? They happy with an A3, or are they just happy with an A1 or A2? Where do you think the goal will be for most players that are pushing hard content? Let me know in the comments below for this one. I'd love to hear your thoughts. All right, now let's go on to the final one. The vampire hunter himself, right? The Professor Dr. Van Helsing. He's a piercer, a nightmare for factions. So his visuals are pretty darn cool. He's got this nice storm effect happening around him. Kind of had some Captain Rev vibes from his silhouettes. But damn, look at that weapon. That's pretty freaking cool. Very interesting. So once a scholar who wielded the scalpel until Count Dracula took everything from him, now he has become a hunter of the endless night, with Mithril as his arrows and hatred as his guide. He has a nice big attack range as a piercer, kind of like Razak, right? About 4,000 attack there. Cost is 22. Attack interval 3.5 seconds. Rage Regen Auto 14. Okay. Alright, let's keep going. Alright, let's see the talent. Each basic attack loads 4 Mithril Bolts, which are prioritizing attack. So, Mithril Bolts prioritize attacking targets not inflicted with Mithril Shrapnel and reduce damage dealt to targets inflicted with Mithril Shrapnel to 10%. So, after loading 12 bolts, triggers a special attack, rapidly fires at Mithril Bolts, or all Mithril Bolts, at targets in the basic attack range. Each bolt deals 40% damage and inflicts Mithril Shrapnel on enemies. Enemies carrying Mithril Shrapnel will be inflicted with vulnerability physical damage. So Mithril Shrapnel is a debuff that lasts for 5 seconds, has a 30% chance to explode when taking basic damage and giant axe damage from the caster, dealing 150% AoE damage to up to 5 nearby enemies. Vulnerability of physical damage taken plus 20% for 5 seconds. Very nice. Alright, basic attack is a physical attack. Deals 100% damage to up to 5 enemy units. Silver Guillotine, the ultimate. When activated, gains 20% penetration and immediately triggers 1 talent special attack. Ultimate lasts for 20 seconds. During the ultimate, increases the giant axe attack Chance to ignite mithril shrapnel to 60%. And then again, chances increase as well. The chance to ignite to 60%, so it goes up to 100% chance to ignite. We'd like to see that. All right, passive keen insight. After each talent special attack is triggered, an additional 1 giant attack is triggered. Axe attack is triggered, dealing 400% AoE damage to up to 8 enemies around the furthest target in range. I didn't look at the alt animation for this, though. Okay, that's fun. And then the other passive, Flame and Fury. Giant axe attacks execute enemies with HP below 10%, excluding elites and bosses. Killing an enemy with giant axe attacks and mithril shrapnel blast damage restores 40% 40 rage to the hero. Sorry guys, words, hard stuff, things. All right. What an interesting kit as well. They all sound OP, right? You're like, whoa. Everything sounds OP though, and then we just have to see it. I know people are already starting to make videos, so I'm sure you'll be seeing a lot. Hopefully my video was good at going over all the things though, as best I can in a short time as I can. Awaken 1, let's go. When enemies take mithril shrapnel, blast damage consecutively with 5 seconds. Mithril shrapnel blast damage dealt to them increases by 20%. Awaken 2 is an attack plus 300. Awaken 3, ultimate duration plus 5 seconds. Awaken 4, all damage plus 8%. And then Awaken 5, during the ultimate, reduces attack interval by 30%. So again, he's a Piercer and Nightmare. He and Vlad are both more standard characters, so how they're going to have them on banners, it's kind of hard to tell. Are they gonna be, they're probably gonna be on, they could be on a banner together for the collab, or they could be 2 separate weeks in a row. I'm not quite sure. We will see how they space those out. Oh, but that's all for the collab heroes, guys. There are 4 collab heroes, and they're pretty freaking cool. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and I will try to get this lore video out soon. I might wait until I don't have all the test server visuals over it, but we'll see. I think it's going to be pretty cool to read their stories and how they intertwine together. So this is one I definitely want to make and not push aside till whenever. This is going to be something I do for sure. But yeah, that's all for this video. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one.